it is also very near to Paya Lebar Central, which is only just one stop from my cursor. As you can see from here, one stop from Aljunied MRT. So it's walking distance to Aljunied MRTs, and within the vicinity, you have many amenities. Let me share with you a little bit more about the superb location. So as you can see from here, right, on the actual distance is about 4.31 click away from the city central. So it's very near. City fringe, that's very near to the city central. So as you can see, one of my colleague, the handsome colleague, Richard, so he actually walked the ground, and it takes about 5 minutes, 27 seconds to reach the MRT. And just within that very near developments, we had the market and hawker center at the doorsteps. So amenities wise, bus, we have bus 13464, NTUC within 800 kilometer, within 800 meter away. Okay, if you look into the master plan of, we call it 2019 URA, this is Penrose. As you can see from my cursor bubble here, it is within what we call the black color line in my cursor line around here at central region. So it's actually smack at a central, excellent region location. Okay, look at the connectivity. Coming from the east, as you can see from the east, coming from the east, this is the approachable routes to the actual site of Penrose in my cursor here. And from the north, as you can see from Geylang way down, so it's easily accessible and connected by many artillery routes. Not only that, let me share with you more. It is also surrounded by Park Connector as well as the Geylang River that's just in front of us. Okay, as you can see from this site plan, a letter. Okay, Penrose architect actually also leverage on what the terrains present. Like for instance, as you can see across the road from Penrose, right, Nexus International School, at their level 3, right, they actually have a swimming pool and football field. So this is one example how the architect also go into such details to ensure that our units have that borrowed view, okay, from the nearby vicinities. Share with you more on the next one. Penrose. As you can see, the ebbs and flow, it is about nearing we call it the lifestyle amenities. What are the lifestyle amenities? As you can see from the top, it is about the Geylang rejuvenation within that area. Not only that, it's also very close by to the sports hub, and for all those bicycle enthusiasts, all right, you can literally cycle, okay, cycle all the way, okay, from the doorstep development Penrose all the way to Geylang River. So that is the kind of lifestyle that Penrose actually presents. Not only that, for those who like to eat nice food, okay, nice eateries, all right, you know it's very near to all this good foods plenties in the east area. Not only that, you can have a nice wine and beer at night in the pub. So these are all within vicinities that the families are able to enjoy. And we also have very good, we call it affordable hawker center food. Like for example, Geylang, we call it Old Airport Hawker Center, where all the nice Hokkien mee, laksa, we call it fish soup, all this char kway teow, all are all within easy reach for us to enjoy. As you can see from here, right, one stop to Paya Lebar quarters, as I mentioned earlier, it has near to offices and also supermarkets. And schools, many schools that's very nearby, like for example, Geylang Methodist that I mentioned earlier on. So when we are within all this reach with all this good school, it also means that for those buyers who buy, stay, enjoy in Penrose, and subsequently even when they want to sell at a later stage, it's very easy for them to sell. Why is that so? Because the demand pool will be greater because they're able to attract the family demand pool. Seamless transition. So it's only how many stops away to Paya Lebar headquarters? Only one stop from MRT, Aljunied to Paya Lebar. 3 stops away to Bugis Junction. 5 stops to Raffles Place and Marina Bay Sands. And 7 stops to the east, our iconic Jewel. So we realize seamless transition and seamless connectivity actually allows lifestyle within Penrose, a very fantastic one. Bullet point number 4. Okay, what is Penrose? I actually asked the developer what does Penrose means. Okay, Penrose, if you recall back, for those who are aware, Penrose actually named after a very famous mathematician, very famous. So it's, as you can see from the ball on the right, in this triangular shape. If you get to see this motion, right, the circle, I call it the silver bubble, is actually able to travel alongside this triangle in a seamless way. So what Penrose actually wanted to achieve, or the P&T architect, award-winning architect wanted to achieve for residents within Penrose, is to provide a seamless living to all of you. What we mean by seamless living? Live, work, play seamlessly. Why is that important? It is important because if you're able to live, work, play seamlessly, it allows us to have more time, okay, with our loved one. And not only that, to have more quality time with our loved one. As you can see, the second bullet point is called movement in perfect balance. So the balance is equally important. As we all know, busy Singaporean like us, after a day's work, we wanted an oasis. So this is actually, when you come back to Penrose, like an oasis, a retreat back for us to recharge our energy so that the next day we can improve our production in the office. Or even if we stay at home office due to the COVID-19 situation, we can also recharge. That is the inspiration behind the architect that they want to achieve to ensure that all the homeowners will be able to enjoy this. So in short, in one key tagline is endless awe. What is endless awe? Awe means amazement. That means every day when we stay into the development, right, there's always something for us to wonder, for our kids to wonder, for our grandpapa, grandmama to wonder, and for our loved one, our wife, our spouse, and our family members to wonder. So later I'll go deeper, okay, into how the inspiration actually curated into the deliverables of the great facilities and greeneries that all of us can enjoy. Let me go into the next slide. Okay, the concept of this architectural inspiration and design of Penrose. Okay, as you can see from Penrose location that I articulated earlier on, it is in city fringe, right? And it's interconnected to all the roads leading to the city centre. As you can see from the left perspective in my cursor here. So that connectivity is actually mimic a nature, we call it a nature veins in the leaf. You know, veins in the leaf, as you can see in the center perspective. These are the veins in the leaf, in the living thing natures. And not only that, if you take a microscope and zoom into it, right, you get to see the cell within. This is the cell within, as you can see from my right perspective. So when you start to, the inspiration comes from that Penrose, it's like, wow, we're trying to make the man-made road connectivities to seamlessly integrate with the veins within the leaf and also the cells within the leaf. So the architects actually try to overlap it. You know, architects are very, very creative individuals. So they try to put this overlap on each other. So when they start to overlap all this man-made and nature over each other, they actually try to intertwine the nature, people, and architect together. And that's something that is very, very creative, original, and interesting. And they actually derive this very nice, we call it original concept after they overlay all this together. As you can see from this very perspective here, right, you realize there are certain vertical, they call it a staggered vertical patterns and forms, okay, where one can actually enjoy the oasis within, and they try to blend the brown, okay, the brown color and the green and the black. It's like a shadow and the light thing. The shadow and the light thing to allow us, when we retreat back to this Penrose, right, we'll be able to enjoy fully. We call it inner peace. So this is something that was being inspired by geometry, by geometry, nature, putting it together. So looking at this very perspective, right, that's where they translate that into the rest of the whole developments, which I'll be going in a little bit more in detail. So as you can see from this heroic view, I call it the iconic view, okay, from the PIE, you realize that, yeah, they actually incorporated the nature and the man-made. Remember the staggered vertical design? the staggered vertical design that I'm going to show here. You just see we call it the very nice, we call it silver elegant skin, the silver elegant skin that was actually in the outer area. So that actually give the shadow and the light, the shadow and the light feel within the whole development, while bringing out the elegance and the connectivity, okay, within this terrain to the outer, we call it the outer terrain. Not only that, let me show you another perspective. I'm very excited to show you the other one. As you can see from here, right, this is the view from the Sims Drive, okay, from the Sims Drive. And in fact, this Sims Drive road, right, will be ultimately be further improved and enhanced for the main purpose of easing the overall traffic for all the residents entering into this Sims Drive. So as you can see from this, another very interesting view. The interesting view down from we call it the roof of a multi-story car park down to the adventure park, where all our kids will be able to gain a lot of laughter, and the papa and mama and the grandpa will bring along the kids, okay, over to the ground level. As you can see from here, the ground level, which I'll zoom a little bit more into the details, to bonds. So remember the very concept the architect wanted, endless awe. So they wanted to awe the kids. Awe means amaze. They want to amaze the kid with all the activities that binds the whole family together. And that is not just a house. It is a home that actually brings a lot of bondings within the family that's important to us. Let me share with you very quickly on the next key concept. Okay, architect actually told us that the very key concept, besides the very nice, okay, inspiration, original, bold design to integrate nature and architecture, they actually have 5 key concepts. Okay, what are the 5 key concepts? The first important concept is they actually able to make all the units, the 566 units, okay, to face north-south orientation. Why is that so important? Because north-south orientation for Chinese, we do know that 坐北朝南皇帝位. All right, in Chinese, we call it, in English translation, we call it the emperor seat. Emperor seat. So for those who are working in the government sector and also in the business sector, you know that you'll be sitting on an emperor seat. Okay, you'll be continuously going up and up. And your money growth will also be going up and up from the feng shui perspective. Yeah, and not only that, the architects, the PNT, and also the PNT actually look deep into it as well. They realize that whenever they want to make a good design to integrate the nature and the architecture, they want to make sure that they also look into the constraints, okay, constraints and the opportunities within the terrain to make the best of it. So they actually also look into the acoustic part of it, the acoustic part of design. In fact, they also engage professional acoustic consultant okay, to ensure that the units, as you can see from the unit stack 08 on the left all the way to stack 11, this part of the units will be enjoy only the best and mitigate the negative. What do you mean by mitigate the negative? Mitigate the negative noise from the PIE, and it will be mitigated by science. Okay, what do you mean by science? I'll go deep into it later. And as you can see from here, right, the PNT architect, the first key concept, they actually make that constraint that's facing towards the PIE a maximum 30-meter setback. All the way is maximum 30 meter. Okay, and of course, being a north-south orientation, you also avoid the glaring hot sun. Let me share with you more. Not only that, as you can see from the left, right, from block 30 all the way to 20, it is a span of 32 meter. And all the way to the right extreme is about 43 meter. So the spacings are all fully maximized within the 175,000 square foot land size. Very nice, beautiful, squarish plot. And at the same time, you have a vast spacing from one block to another, 32 to 43. That is almost an Olympic pool. An Olympic pool land is about 50 meters. So for those who like to swim, you roughly sense out. It's very, very wide. So especially in Singapore context, it becomes a plus, a big plus. So you don't feel that it's very, very cramped. So in this Penrose, that is the kind of living that PNT and our award-winning CDL and Hong Leong wanted you to enjoy. So let me go into it right now. So as you can see from here, right, They actually use signs to reduce the noise level from the PIE. So there are three key things you need to be aware. They actually invested in the ceiling mounted aluminum frame acoustic ceiling panel. Wow, sounds like a big thing. Okay, but generally all the acoustic key things will be invested into the balcony, aircon latch, and also the reinforced, RC means reinforced concrete latch, with only one intention, to reduce the noise to the minimum using signs. Not only that, they are also investing the window restrictor and also a thicker 12 mm glazing windows. So all this, when you put together, the noise will be reduced to the minimum. And not only that, as you can see from the design here, they also deliberately, okay, we call it provide the 4-story multi-story car park. 4-story multi-story car park. That will actually add on to a further buffer from the noise from the PIE. So there's many key points that they actually do to reduce the noise. So as you can see from this perspective here, in short, as you can see the beautiful lady on the right, within the living area, facing the balcony, right? So on top, that is where they invested all the ceiling panel with acoustic ceiling panel. So if you look from this perspective, in short, not only that they use the 30-meter buffer from the PIE on my left, okay, as you can see from the elevation, the first habitat unit, as you can see on my cursor here, the first habitat unit will also enjoy this very high 12-meter elevation buffer. So it has the 12-meter elevation buffer. It has the nice 4-story multi-story car park buffer. And it also has the, we call it acoustic ceiling, reinforced concrete, and the window restrictor, etc. All this. So all this coming in together to make sure the noise are reduced. And if you look from the Sims Drive Park, okay, the Sims Drive area, the first habitable unit would have about 7.3 meter elevation, okay, buffer from the noise from the Sims Drive, which generally are not too much of a concern as compared to the PIE. So let me share with you more on the next slide. The second concept, Penrose. Remember Penrose? Penrose is seamless living. Yeah? Work, live, and play. So they want to make sure that after your days of work, tiring days of work, when you drive or you bicycle back to your home, Penrose, right? First, you'll be greeted with a wow feeling. What kind of wow feeling? As you can see from this perspective here, right? The wow feeling about the clubhouse. It is a big, grand clubhouse, comprises about 3-story high. 3-story high, a big clubhouse. As you can see from the outer skin, remember the outer skin is we call it the staggered vertical design. The shadow and the light that was being derived from the man-made roads to integrate with the veins of the leaf together. So they actually input this facade into this, we call it the grand clubhouse. So when you come in, you feel the wow, okay, on this clubhouse, and you immediately feel you're entering into this nice oasis. So as you can see from here, right, at the basement of this, you can see you have games rooms for you to enjoy, music room, multimedia room, launch deck, and most importantly, that shadow and the light you can see from this perspective, that sunlight is shining down, give you the kind of feeling that you're actually having a retreat overseas. So you can enjoy nature while call it admiring the nice architecture that PNT, the award-winning architect, which also designed the many high-end development that you've seen earlier on, okay, to be enjoyed by yourself, okay, within we call it Penrose. So not only that, the seamless living, right? The seamless living also, they also take into the thought that some of the family members may send their kids to childcare center, so that subsequently when they go to work or they it's very easy for them to pick up their kids, etc. They even look into even more details. As you can see from the ingress and the egress. The ingress, as you can see from here, starting from my cursor here, ingress going in, okay? As you can see from the ingress, there's a separate childcare center and a separate, we call it the drop-off area. So two are separated to provide the kind of privacy. As you can see from this very big perspective here is actually on this, my cursor here, block 30. Not only that, all those, we call it the ugly services, I wouldn't say ugly services. I would say we try to avoid the services like, for example, we call it rubbish, the rubbish chute, and also the so all this, as you can see from the red color line, is actually go down, okay, go down, and in fact, we call it the rubbish chute at the substation are generally located at the basement. So it's actually out of sight, out of mind from the residents. So it's on a very deliberate consideration to ensure all this are actually tucked neatly below, okay, neatly below. So they also didn't forget the cyclist enthusiasts. As you can see, these are all keeping fit activities. Remember to, to, to create the endless awe, endless amazement, okay? Not only to just the papa and mama, but also cyclists. So as you can see from the yellow color here, right? The cyclists, you are able to cycle all the way in, and you can actually park your bicycle at your bicycle parking lots here. So all these small little details are all being taken care of. The childcare center is huge. It's about 500 square meter, comprises 2 levels, level 1 and also level 2. The seamless living also incorporated to make sure that they don't disturb the residents, meaning to say that the childcare center car park lot is totally separated from the resident car park lot. For all the residents here, congratulations. You have one car park lot to one residence, and many ample lots extra, all right? But the extra you need to, is mainly for the visitor. Okay, let me go further. Okay, as you can see, this is the basement. This is the basement for the childcare center. There's 2 lifts. There's 2 internal lifts that leading up to the staircase for the CCC. But generally, is to show you that it's separated from the resident car park. Circulation, I'm talking about the vehicle, as you can see from the vehicle here, and the cyclists. So this is the cyclist all the way down from this yellow arrow here, okay, and this is the drop-off point. Block 20, 22, 26, 28, and 30. Okay, as you can see from here, right, seamless living also put the P&T award-winning architect also put into thought, what if it rains? So when it rains, right, the P&T is so thoughtful. Coming from the bus stop, as you can see from this pedestrian gate here, can you see my cursor? There's 2 pedestrian gate. So pedestrian gate in front, there's a bus stop. So when imagine for those who don't drive, because we wanted to keep the nature green, you take the bus right down and it rain heavily, not to worry. Because from the bus stop, be sheltered all the way. You'll be sheltered all the way. You will walk the route of the yellow arrows. Okay, the yellow arrows, you can walk all the way to the clubhouse, and then you take a lift down. You can go to your respective basement lift lobby. And here you go, and the next thing you reach your home without getting wet. So these are all the important seamless details that this, we call it the P&T architect look into it. Seamless living, okay, seamless living. So as you can see from here, the basement level. So from the basement level, that's where you go to your respective lift and you go up to your own unit without getting wet. Okay, there's key concept number 3 that the architect articulated. They wanted functional layout, efficient layout. So you won't see any of the layout is odd shape, triangular shape. They also want to make sure that with end user in mind. Like for example, able to fit queen size bed, as far as possible, ensuite, maximum light, maximum wind coming into the unit for the respective 1-bedder all the way to the 4-bedder. So I'll go into it a little, but before that, to give you a quick cue, for those who are buying 1 bedroom, you need to get very lucky because there's only 10%. Okay, there's only 10% among the 566 units. For the 2-bedder, there is approximately we call it 30%. 12 plus 12, 24 plus 6, 30%. All right. For homestayer, good news for you, you have choice selection depending on whether you want the 3-bedder, 3 plus, or we call it the 3 premium or the 3 plus steady. And the 4-bedder is only limited supply of only 9%. So in total, it make up the 566 units. Yeah. Okay, looking into the third concept, remember functional layout. They wanted a functional layout for all the different, or we call it client profile, or we call it homeowner profiles. Whether they are investor, whether they are small family couple, or whether they are multi-generation, we call it family. So as you can see from this very first floor perspective, Okay, this first floor perspective, I will zoom a little bit more into it later for all this. So now I'll go into remember the functional plan. So as you can see from starting from the block 20, I'll go the block 20. As you can see from black color cursor here is facing towards the PIE, yeah? Facing towards the PIE. So on the ground floor, okay, on the ground floor, bicycle parking, as you can see from this area here, you can see it is a one bedder units, and a four bedder units, and this is the three bedder units. To give you the sense of that positioning for the, we call it the block 20 first floor, all right? First floor. Okay, as you can see from this fifth floor, the fifth floor, as you can see, is also showing you the access to the, we call it the roof garden. As you can see, this is the access, the green color arrow, access. So this one comprises the 1, 2, 3, and the 4 bedder. So you realize that the block 20 comprises all the different layout units. Let me show you very quickly. On the 6th to 18th floor is what we call the typical unit. So one thing you need to take note is, depending on the floor level, so the certain floor level may have some different unique mix. So this is something that you may want to be aware. So as you can see from this 6th floor to 18th floor, the typical units, it comprises the 1 bedder, 2 bedder, 3 bedder, and also the 4 bedder. Yeah, to give you a quick overview. Okay, for the 20, right, the block 20 is generally quite similar to block 22 is quite similar to block 20. Okay, so 20 and 22 are the two blocks that is in front, that's fronting the PIE. So as you can see from here, the ground floor, okay, quite similar. And from the fifth floor is where you can access to the multi-story car park. We call it the roof garden because the multi-story car park is 4th level and the top is the roof garden where everyone can enjoy. Remember, the third concept is about functionality. As you can see from the functionality, it's all very functional, able to fit a queen size bed. In fact, all the master bedroom, you'll be able to fit the king size bed. After this, I'll be running more on the floor plan in details. This block plan, I call it a block plan, is to give you the sense of the unique mix within that particular block. So as you can see from here in the block 22, also 1, 2, 3, 4 bedder. So 6 to 18 floor are the typical units. 1, 2, 3, 4 bedders. And the other block is block 26. Block 26, remember this. Block 26 comprises all the 3 bedder only. Okay, all the green color. So all the 3 bedders are residing at block 26. So as you can see from the black color area here. Yeah, the black color area here. So as you can see from second floor onward is all the typical unit for block 26. Second floor all the way to 18th floor are we call it the typical units. How about the block 28? Block 28 has 3 bedrooms, 3 units, and there's one stack orange color that is the 4 bedder. Okay, remember the functionality, remember the key concept about the design inspiration. They wanted to make sure that it's functional. So if you probably already observed the 4 bedder, right, is amazing. All the bedrooms come with attached because they cleverly designed 2 of the common, okay, to integrate with a Jack and Jill common toilet. So it gives owner the flexibility of having all the 4 bedrooms. Can you imagine having all the 4 bedrooms with attached if you want to? So that is the kind of details that the P&T goes into. Okay, not only that, second floor to the 18th floor is the typical unit. So generally what is similar to block 26, same thing, second to 18 are all the typical units. So now is the block 30. As you can see from this block 30, ground floor. So ground floor, always remember, generally there's a parking, we call it bicycle parking. Okay, and in this case, block 30, remember the CCC is the childcare center. Ground floor is actually at the block 30. And for this ground floor, there's only the 3 bedder, 1 bedder, and the 2 bedder by color scheme. And the second floor comprises the 2 bedrooms and the 3 bedrooms. Okay, if you just have a quick look on the 2 bedder, they are what we call the dumbbell. Okay, what is dumbbell? Is dumbbell, which is to increase our muscle, right? Yeah, it's increase our muscle, increase our strength. So the dumbbell units actually have a plus point, which I'll elaborate a little bit more on the floor plan subsequently. But most importantly, all the units are very squarish, very functional to be able to feed a queen size bed, king size bed, and to be able to enjoy maximum air, maximum wind, maximum light, to give the residents the seamless living that they can enjoy within Penrose itself. So as you can see from the 3rd floor to 17th floor, so there are some small variation. Never mind the variation, because after this webinar, right, you can quickly link up with the agent who invited you for unit selection. Currently, I can only say don't miss this first mover. Later I'll share with you more on the first mover. For block 30, 3rd floor to 17th floor. Let me take a look at the timing to make sure that I don't overrun. Okay, so as you can see from this 3rd floor to 17th floor, block 30 comprises 1, 2, and the 3 beta. And the 18th floor, as you can see, the 18th floor on the south side. Okay, what is that for? That is the amazing, what we call luxurious sky dining garden. It's like going up to Sky 57 in Marina Bay Sands, that kind of feel, to give you that penthouse feel. Okay, then I'll elaborate more, because that is one of the 5th concept that the developer and the PNT wanted to give to the residents. So looking at this elevation chart, okay, I'll just run you through very quickly on the elevation chart to assist you in your unit selection later. As you can see from this block 20, okay, block 20, generally basement. Basement is common to all. As you can see, basement is common to all the blocks. As for 20, okay, as you can see from block 20 and 22 that's fronting the PIE side, generally there's 4-story, 1, 2, 3, 4 car park story. Yeah, can you see the consistency here? Okay, and a car park story. All the different color scheme, as you can see from the legend, is the 1 beta and the 4 beta. So this one, you can look at all the units. Say, for example, if you wanted this unit is 0501. So 0501 is what bedrooms is 2 bedrooms. So you can took into the color here. All right. So this is how we read the elevation charts. And as you can see from block 30, right? You can see that the base, we call it the basement. You see my cursor here, childcare center and the basement 1. Okay, basement 1 and 2, this is we call it the childcare center. Okay, the childcare center. And as you can see, the Sky Garden at block 30, we call it the Sky Luxurious Dining Garden. You see this 2N here is where you earlier on see that perspective. So the elevation chart will give you a cross reference, okay, when you do your unit selection at ease. All right. So very quickly, the 1 beta. As you can see from 1 beta, right, stack 08, stack 05 is about 45 square meter. As you can see from here is coming into here, this is the fridge. We call it a standing fridge provided for, washer cum dryer provided for, and also the induction. For the 1 beta and 2 beta are all the induction, and easily you'll be able to fit a king size bed with an attached bathroom. So it's like a hotel. It's easily rentable. It's very easy to rent out. As you can see from the color scheme here, this is the stack 05. So this is the stack 04 and 13. Okay, generally quite similar to the stack 05 that we mentioned. The size is about the same. It's about 44 square meter. As you can see, able to fit a king size bed and fridge provided for washer dryer. Okay, washer dryer is WD. Fridge is FR, as you can see from here. And the next one will be the stack 09 and 18 and 32. All right. So as you can see from the floor level here, this is 0132, this is 0509 and 0518. Generally, if you're on the ground floor, okay, how come 5th floor is the ground floor, remember? 5th floor is the ground floor is when below is a multi-story car park. So it's quite simple. And when you see PES calls private enclosed space. Private enclosed space is just another name. Okay, generally for units above, usually the terminology use balcony. But usually for ground floor, they use private enclosed space. But generally the key format on the key concept don't change. Functional layout, efficient unit. This is what the architect wanted to derive for all of you. 1 beta for stack 06 and 14. So you got a few different stack depending on the facing that you want and depending on the lighting that you want. Also depend on the ballot day, on the very day of ballot, okay, which queue you are. So this one I'll brief you more in detail at the end of the sharing. Okay, the two bedrooms. 2 bedrooms is what we call dumbbell units. As you can see from dumbbell, because it's a left and right, as you enter from the main door, it's a left and right. The good thing about this 2 units, as you can see from the layout, you can easily fit a queen size bed. King size is very easily fitted in the master bedroom. If you want to fit 2 king, also can, but the other common room will be maybe a slightly smaller. But generally, queen size is super functional. Okay, what is so good about we call it the dumbbell unit? Remember, it gives you extra strength. But of course, in this case, when you buy into this development, it gives you extra money. What do you mean by extra money? So for those investors, you can actually rent it out. Dumbbell unit, it gives you the exclusivity. Okay, it depends. Okay, it depends. It depends. In this case, if you go into this, right, you realize, okay, this particular tenant one can be one of the rental income, and tenant 2 can still leverage on use, we call it, tenant 1 can use this as a common when necessary. And tenant 2, okay, tenant 2 have that flexibility of having this on. So it gives owners that flexibility. End day is the flexibility. But generally speaking, for dumbbell unit, is pretty, we call it pretty popular with tenants who wanted to rent a room within a condo setup. And in the middle section is what we call a living kitchen area. It become a communal area for both. So when you are able to rent out for 2 rental income, generally your rental yield will be higher. So that is what we call the 2 bedrooms dumbbell, one of the plus point that you will have. All right. So generally 2 bedrooms, we have 2 bed, 1 bath. So what you are seeing on right now is the 2 bed, 1 bath. We call it stack 01. Okay, stack 01 and stack 10 that you see from here. So very quickly, the other, we call it the dumbbell units, generally quite similar size as you can see from here. All right. It's also from this stack 09, 09, 18, 28. The agent that invited you here will run you through more. All right, he will send you all the materials where you can study. And the 2 bedrooms is the stack 15, as you can see from here. This is the 2 bed, 2 bath. When we say 2 bed, 2 bath, we are referring to the premium unit. So there's 1 more bathroom as compared to the previous one. Yeah. So for those who have a bigger budget, I would suggest go for a bigger unit, especially if you're first timer, fully leverage on the no ABSD opportunity. So this is another stack, we call it stack 31. Okay, it is also a 2 bed, 2 bath unit. As you can see, entering in from here, you have the flexibility of having 1 bath for bedroom 2, and the other one is the attached, we call it bath with the master bedrooms. It's all functional. That give residents the maximum air, light, wind within the landscaping. Okay. Very quickly, as you can see, 2 bedroom premium, stack 32, 35. So these on the left, as you can see from here, these are all the levels, 03, 35, all the way to, we call it 1735. Yeah. Okay, stack 06, as you can see, second floor to 18th floor, second floor to 18th floor, this stack 06 and we call it 14. So this is the 2 bedroom plus study. So for those who wanted to have another study area. Efficient, function layout. What do you mean by efficient? Okay, in mind to the architect, it gives the owners the flexibility if in the event he wanted to enclose this. Can you imagine? This one become another mega master bedroom with study. So can rent out to another, we call it 2 different tenants, arriving higher renter, okay, higher rental yield. And the two tenants can share, we call it a communal area. So it gives the flexibility to the owners. So as you can see from the 3-bedder very quickly, the normal 3-bedders, maximum air light wind. What do you mean by maximum air light wind? As you can see from here, master, bedroom, and bedroom, and even the living, all aligned, is in one line facing outward. Okay, facing outward. So these are all the small important things. And not only that, naturally ventilated kitchen. As you can see from here, there's windows for the naturally ventilated kitchens. So this is in the stack 17, stack 17. Very quickly, the next one will be the 09. Okay, the 09, this is the 3-bedder as well. Generally, the size is about 89 square meter. So you just times a 10.764, all right, to arrive at the square foot. Okay, as you can see from here, stack 11. Okay, stack 11, as you can see from here, stack 11, this is the block 1, block 22. So if you go by bedroom type, say for example now, if you so decided to choose a 1-bedder, 2-bedder, you just go to the bedroom type. Okay, I would suggest very simple to choose. Tell yourself maybe from this floor to that floor. So it depends on the ballot day. Okay, on the ballot day, the developer will say, oh, this one available or that one not available. Your agent will guide you along. But never just choose 1 unit. You have to choose at least 20 to 30 units. No harm choosing now because why? So that you can make an informed decision on the ballot day itself. All right. So very quickly, let me go into the next 3-bedders. As you can see from the next 3-bedders, same thing as you enter from here, very squarish, efficient layout, queen size bed, master, easily fit a king size bed. As you can see from the kitchen, naturally ventilated. okay, towards the balcony. So if you look at the specific, it's 30, 30 and 29. So can you imagine you enjoy all the perfect views for the master bedroom 2, bedroom 3 and the living room. So that is how the PNT wanted to achieve. Okay, how about the other 3-bedders, stack 33, as you can see from stack 33, block 30. Okay, very functional, similar to the previous one I articulated here in my cursor. So very functional also means subsequently when you want to sell, it's very easy for you to sell because once it's completed, right? Can you imagine the next resale buyer, when they come over, they take a look, wow, it's efficient, it's nice, able to fit very functionally all the important component. The next thing is they will be more easily persuaded to buy. As you can see, 88 square meter, stack O2. Okay, stack O2 in, we call it block 20, also functional, as you can see from here. Okay, the 3-bedroom plus premium, all right? So as you can see from the 3-bedroom plus premium, the key is it has a store, it has a WC, it has a home shelter. So it gives you the additional storage area, okay? Additional storage area where you can have, okay, compared to I call it the normal 3-bedders, yeah? The normal 3-bedders. So very quickly, the 3-bedroom premium is about 98 square meter. There's a range of sizes. And as you can see from this stack 23 and 25, key delta, okay, is the home shelter. Okay, we do see owners who double up their home shelter as what we call the maid's room. Just incorporate a mounted wall fan, okay, mounted wall fan, and if they wanted to so-called employ a domestic helper. So the other 3 bedrooms are premium, as you can see from here, is stack 21, okay, stack 21, as you can see from this corner here, facing outward towards the Sims Drive, is 97 square meter. Yeah. So very quickly, another we call it 3-bedroom premium. Okay, stack 26 and 34. So this will give you a quick overview on all the color scheme and how to select your unit based on your individual preference. 3 plus study, as you can see from the 3 plus study. Okay, master bedroom, bedroom 2, study. Another master, we call it 1, 2, 3, and study. Can you see all this facing towards the nice large landscapes of the Penrose developments? So that is the maximum air, light, wind that they wanted to achieve for the residents to enjoy that seamless living within. 3 plus study. Okay, this is the stack 20, as you can see from here. They try as much as they can to make sure all the bedrooms are aligned in one area. All right, in one area, so that they don't have any of the bedroom. The important component is facing the yard. Yeah, the yard. Like for example, in this case, the study rooms is facing the yard. Okay, as you can see, this stack 20 is facing the yard. So it's very cleverly designed based on the constraint and the opportunities that the terrains present. Okay, so that's why PNT is famed for design excellence. They have about 150 years in the industry with solid track record. And 3-bedroom with study, another is a stack 24, as you can see from here. And this stack from you can imagine if you were to stay in stack 24, your master, your bedroom 2, bedroom 3, and the living room will all facing a large landscaping, all right? Landscaping where the PNT and the eco plans designs. The 4-bedder, there's only 3 stack 9% only, 9 over percent. Stack 12, 03, 1203. As you can see from this stack 03, the cleverly designed is you can see all the bedrooms are en suite. Let me show you why all the bedrooms are en suite. Master en suite, okay, bedroom 2, you see, bedroom 2 and 3, cleverly designed with this Jack and Jill. You give the owners the flexibility to en suite. Bedroom 4 en suite as well. So you have additional storage area. You got a very nice, decent, very reasonable, sizable kitchen with naturally ventilated additional storage area if you want to. And did you realize 1, 2, 3 all got their own attached. So it's very suitable for multi-generation, we call it families. Yeah. So another 4 bedrooms, is the stack 27. Yeah. Having the similar concept as the previous one. Okay, key point number 4. Concept again. Okay, the inspiration. What did you see? This is a forest. Yes, you're right. It is a forest at night. Yes, at night. Okay, the PNT architect wanted to give you that sense of outdoor forest adventure. That's why endless awe. Because the main idea is the endless halls will have the activities to bind everyone together. So starting from this very first level, the endless hall will be all reduced to the comprehensive facilities, as you can see from here, A all the way to the Z. Okay, A all the way to the Z. So let me bring you through the first level. As you can see from all this, all the way A all the way to the Z, clubhouse, etc. All this, 583 lots that you'll be enjoying. That's all 1:1 for every residence. While even the one bedrooms also enjoy this. Yeah, fantastic. So let me show you a quick journey. Let me walk you through the quick journey. So just imagine, okay, you drive or you walk into the main entrance. Can you see my cursor? I hope you can see my cursor. You go into this cursor here, you walk all the way, okay, you reach the arrival. We call it nice arrival lobby, the grand arrival lobby. And that's where you'll be greeted with this very nice waterfall. And once you feel the waterfall, you feel relaxed, you go up to the tree house. Why is it called tree house? Because there's a tree in the house. Yeah, tree in the house. And if you step on the tree in the house, on the left and right, you enjoy a courtyard view. And on the right, you enjoy a nice, expansive 50-meter like pool view. So let's say you continue to walk the journey. That's where the zigzag, we call it the forest streams, the outdoor forest streams, okay, where the kids can enjoy the forest streams and you go around it all the way to these forest streams. You feel the enjoyment. You come over to this lounge. These are all the different lounge, Tai Chi lounge, okay, the yoga lounge, all the lounges are all there, and the picnic lounge is on this side here. As you can see, all the garden lounge to create the activities that binds, that bonds. And on the gym is actually on the second floor. And when you gym on the second floor, you get to see the nice 50-meter lap pool. So that is the one journey that you can enjoy. And all the way to the back is where you and your kids can bond together, the papa and mama, the grandpa and the grandma bond together in this, what we call, can you see this part here? This is the kids adventure zone where they can enjoy an aqua play. They can also enjoy the adventure park. And not only that, right tucked all the way to the end is the tennis court. Delivered at the corner to reduce nuisance for the residents. And also for the kids adventure park, as you are aware, sometimes kids may be very, very happy, okay, shouting. So they also try to reduce that noise level. So I have 3 kids. I actually don't mind they shout. But not for all. I cannot impose my values on others. But generally, you see all these thoughts are all well planned out from the P&T architects. So A to Z, comprehensive facilities to focus on the concept point number 4, okay, to enjoy it. So as you can see from this perspective here in front, it is the gym. Can you see the gym? The shadow and the light, remember the veins on the leaf, the cells within, integrate the nature, the green nature, the blue with the architecture. All these are seamlessly being put into PENROSE to give you that seamless living. And not only that, as you can see from this perspective, it gives you the awe feeling. That's why it's called awe, endless awe, okay? To stand the test of time. When you have an iconic building design by P&T, it can stand the test of time. And if you were to buy for long term, there will be upside potential. Yeah, as you can see from this skin, the shadow and the light, remember? And that's where it'll give you the expansive view all the way out. And this is the tree. This is the tree house. The tree house. That's why the real tree is on the tree. It's very cleverly designed to give you that integration, okay, nature and the architecture. So it's not just communication, but they actually put it into the architecture. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yet we are only paying at what I call almost an OCR price. Later I'll show you the pricing. As you can see, this is the adventure zone. Your kids will like it. Imagine after this, you bring your kids there, your papa, your kids will love it and you bond. That one money can't buy. Yeah. And this is the aqua play. Can you imagine you go with your kids and your daughter to have the aqua play and you actually laugh, laughter fill the air, etc. All this. From one end to another end is so long, so expensive. It's very enjoyable. As you can see from this first floor, is where first floor, as you can see from the arrival drop-off all the way to multi-story car park. Main idea is to show you that tennis court and the kids zone are away from the main residential plot. 5th floor, I'm going to show you the 5th floor. Just I'm only focusing on first floor. Yeah, 5th floor. Not only that, on the 5th floor, you also get to enjoy another lap pool. You got expansive views from both sides to the outer landscape. The city view is almost 180-degree views from out here. And there's another jungle stream here. Jungle stream and a wine chill bar here. You can enjoy the wine chill bar or enjoy the jungle stream and also the outer views. It's perfect oasis when we come back to Penrose. So as you can see from that earlier one, the architect also didn't rest on their laurels. They continue to reinvent the whole Penrose for us. They call it the concept plan number 5, the concept key point number 5. They actually study the whole terrain surrounding. Really, no kidding. They study the whole terrain surrounding on all the levels that is surrounding it. Why they want to study? They want to make sure that they can maximize, remember, maximum view, maximum light, maximum wind. So they put this into action. As you can see from this is the actual site. So they realize there is a nice, we call it southern corridor, based on the terrain. You'll be able to get to see iconic, we call it landscaping like the National Stadium and also we call it Marina Bay Sands. So they actually built this particular block 30. You saw the arrow here with size, with calculation. Okay, they maximize the sky terrace that's facing southern part that potentially will be able to see garden by the day. So when there's a national day, etc., all this, of course not COVID-19 now, okay, you can get to see the fireworks, etc., at the last garden. So this is the plan, as you can see from all this. Okay, these are all the story, the constraints and opportunities to cut the whole story simple. Basically, they know southern part, as you can see, is of a lower story. So they leverage on that lower story to gain that nice view towards the southern corridor. This is 18th floor. As you can see from 18th floor, it comprises 3 zones. So what are the 3 zones? As you can see from this roof garden, they call it. The main idea is to let all residents enjoy the penthouse-like living. Penthouse-like living is like living at Sky 57. The highest floor in Penrose is 18. So you want to give everyone this an opportunity to bring your families. As you can see, this is the night perspective, the main dining pavilion, okay, the star gaze for you to stare at to gaze at the star, okay, to enjoy the star, okay, at night, etc. You can book the whole 3 zone if you want to. If you want to book the whole 3 zone to enjoy with your multi-generation families, you could as well. And it's like owning a penthouse, even if you're owning just a 1 or 2 bedder. So that is a rare opportunity. And yet at the same time, enjoying a perfect oasis view towards the southern city. And that is the 5 key concept, the 5 key inspiration that P&T actually derive and ultimately plan into this Penrose quality developments. And now, bullet point number 6, quality features and ceiling height. Okay, it comes with Electrolux. Okay, for the bathroom provision is Hansgrohe and Roca, all good finishes. Ceiling height is a very good, decent ceiling height. Living and dining area is about 2.8 meter. Okay, a bedroom is about 2.8, bath is about 2.4. So these are all very reasonable ceiling height. Maintenance fee is very attractive. For the it's about 276 for the 1 bedder, the 44 to 48 square meter. 331 generally is about 27 to 38 per month. Very reasonable. Very quickly, it's a low land cost, 99-year leasehold RCR comparison. I'm going to show you this quick figure. They bought at 732, okay, per square foot per plot ratio. For this land cost Penrose, as you can see from here, compared to, we call it apple comparison. So this is the color scheme, as you can see from here, cost per square foot. This is the orange color, is the break-even price. And Penrose will be selling first mover 15XX to 17XX per square foot. As you can see from all these comparables, why are they selling a lot higher than Penrose? Because no choice. They are having all higher land costs. Very quickly looking into the data, Penrose, as you can see, 15 to 17XX per square foot. You will be able to see that it's even cheaper than the OCR. We call it the Park Clementes and Garden Residences. Let me very quickly go into this. Undervalued. As you can see, the circuit breaker. The red color is the circuit breaker where we can't even view the show facts. So these are all the RCR transactions, yeah? From the Woodley all the way to Avenue South Residences. Apple comparison. So as you can see, these are not asking, these are transacted prices. 1973, 2038, 1804, 2025, 2006. So generally Penrose is approximately $200 to $400 cheaper. First mover is important because we are aware developer like CDL, Hong Leong, generally like any big developer, they'll do phase pricing, meaning after the first phase they sell enough, they'll reduce discount. So don't miss the first mover advantage. Okay, I'll share with you how to gain the first mover advantage. Seaside Residences, Park Esta, 1 per bank, Uptown can reach, as you can see from here, 2099 per square foot, 1910, 27, all the way to 1941. These are all transacted prices. And if you're able to get first mover at 15 to 17, you would be, if you hold for long term, you'll gain upside potential. Is lowest risk. Why is that so? Based on statistics, as you can see from the URA master plan, the bubble here, it is within the central region. But this, can see the bubble here, these two bubble here, it is outside this black color line, but yet at the same time, they are selling at this kind of per square foot. 1692 per square foot for Park Clementes and Garden Residences at 1641. Can you imagine you got lucky, wow, kena balloted the first one, and you enter at below OCR price. And congratulations. It is buying at Casio price, but we call it Casio price. Okay, buying at Casio price. Okay, Casio price with Rolex quality. Very quickly, a healthy property price appreciation in long term 20 years. Compare apple comparison is about 164% for 20-year return, and 10-year return is 45, and if you hold for 5 years, 20%. So that is for District 14 because Penrose is on the District 14. Okay, likewise for this ASEA, okay, it's also a consistent super grab, good grab, fair grab, and can consider. Please get this whole chart from the agent that invited you here so that you can subsequently have a feel on the pricing. Yeah, and Park Esta. Park Esta is the District 14. Okay, Park Esta is the District 14, 815. This is currently the lowest price. I think it probably this probably might have some changes, might be a lot more expensive right now. Okay, 815, 965, and 1.187. So currently, if you're able to enter what we call Penrose at first mover, you'll be able to achieve. If you got lucky to be able to get orders, your upside potential will be high. So as you can see, Park Esta, we are recent transaction 1953. As you can see from this color scheme here, 1953. Yeah, 1953. The next one is 1864. Okay, and very quickly is 1738. Okay, rentability is very high rentability because of the connectivity, the MRT, the amenities. This is the 1 beta. The recent transaction is 2001 to 2003. How about the 2 beta? The recent transaction is 2550 to 3000. And last but not least, the 3 betas, generally for those who wanted to invest, okay, it's about 2550 to 3000. So the rentability is actually very high. So the last part is we want to ask ourselves, should we buy during SARS or should we do nothing? I mean, if you recall back during SARS period, okay, let's very quickly, in the interest of time, I always like to see this very interesting perspective. Okay, do we want to buy when there's many people in the show flat? Or do we buy when the show flat is empty? So now let's think about it. In this current situation where there's COVID, okay, it actually presented risk for buyer. Why is that so? You think about it. If you are the currently you are the developers or seller, generally you'll be more reasonable in your pricing. Why is that so? Because the world are uncertain. And because of that, to buyer it become an opportunity. Let's take a look at the SARS periods. As you can see, when we enter from the SARS, from the statistic, if you hold long term enough, right, you realize that even if you sell at bad time during subprime crisis, you earn 1, 2, 3%. You sell at the worst time of the subprime crisis, you still earn 78%. So the key thing is to have holding power. You earn 78 to 1, 2, 3%. As you can see from another statistic, as you can see from here, if you were to enter at the worst time, SARS. Why I use SARS? Because now we got COVID-19. Because every day there will be negative news. Negative news like retrenchment, etc. all this. Yeah. So during SARS, can you recall there are also many negative news? Retrenchment, bad economy, recession. But those people who dares to enter, right, if you hold for long term, you see this? They hold for long term until now, they earn 276%. That means 1 million, they earn 2.76 million. That is a lot of money. Yeah. And if you imagine, even in the subprime crisis, for those who dare to buy during crisis, you realize that if you hold for long term, it earns 137%. So this is statistic that always reminds me to remember, as a buyer, I would want to gain from wisdom, the wisdom from Warren Buffett. Be fearful when others are greedy. So when this COVID-19, especially this period, okay, I see opportunity, I sniff opportunity. Yeah. So you realize a lot of the rich are snapping up properties. Okay, as you can see from all this article, why are they doing so? They are generally applying, the rich get richer. They are generally applying what we call Warren Buffett's wisdom. The very last part, Okay, to retire, right? Generally, we need $40. I got it a simple plan, $40 times 30 days. Why is that so? $10 breakfast, afternoon $10, $20, dinner $10, $30, and supper $10. For those smoker, right, please add $10 more. So generally speaking, $1,200 per month. And for a couple, you need 2004. For 65 to live to 85, 20 years, we require 576. So let's say if we have a simple retirement plan of 576K, be it husband and wife or first timer, generally there are 4 options. As you can see, option number 1, buy private condo at 1.56 million, for instance. You hold for 30 years, very simple plan. You hold 30 years and then you pay off the loan because 30 years every month you're paying for saving, then you finish the loan. Then you sell at same price. I say 30 years later you sell at same price, all right, very conservative. Then subsequently you downgrade to we call it right size to the HDB with 40 years remaining. So it becomes 1.56 minus 406K. Yeah, we will be able to retire because you will have a fund of 1.154 million based on a simple retirement plan. Yeah. Option number two is you buy second one. That means you stretch a little, but within prudent calculation. Yeah. You hold the second one for 30 years, same thing, pay off the loan, sell at the same price, 1.6 million. You rent it out and then you minus off the interest. You realize this? You minus off the interest, rental minus interest, you still got 866. So option 2, you gain 2.4 million. But take note, option 2 is when you are not overstretching. You can stretch, but don't overstretch, all right? Option number 3, do nothing, meaning putting the money in the bank. You'll be eaten up by inflation. Not only that, okay, if you look at this, if we do nothing, right, generally speaking, we think we'll be basically staying in the HDB and hold for 30 years, we continue to stay in HDB. All the money is actually locked into the HDB. Whatever savings we put in DBS Bank is only earning 0.5% per year. Last option, buy HDB. If you buy HDB at 406K, same thing, you hold for 30 years, you pay off the loan. Yes, you buy HDB for 30 years, you hold for 30 years, it appreciated to 786. And ultimately, you use 786 minus 400, you gain 386K, but still short of the 576K. So this stable, simple plan is actually backed up by this important statistic chart from the URA. Yeah, as you can see, 1.56 million is the current price for a condo, generally for a 3-bedder. This is how the price trend actually trend over the long term. And currently, as you can see, 215, it becomes 406K. You can clearly see generally for private condo, it has higher appreciation compared to HDB. In fact, for HDB in the last few years, it's almost flat. Very quickly, is to do nothing or start investing property? Simple plan. Okay, currently we have collected a lot of EOIs. What happened is due to the COVID-19 situation, you realize show flat cannot accommodate so many people for safety reason. So for only those, generally speaking, the developer will prioritize. How do you prioritize? I call it the traffic light rules. For those who submit EOI and also check, okay, EOI and also check, you'll get to see the show. That means the first green color is don't even need to see show flat one. Buy units when VVIP price is out. That one you can surely get the best price because you don't even need to see show flat. You are faster than those need to see show flat. Yeah. Are there such people? There are many. Remember just now the transaction that I show you, circuit breaker transaction, all didn't see show flat because cannot see. So it become a norm because show flat will definitely be pretty. Yeah. Okay, how about the orange color? Submit EOI, meaning you buy single unit or multiple unit. If you're buying multiple unit, please highlight. You'll be given priority. Okay, so if you're buying single unit, you submit EOI and also check. Okay, you find out from an agent, your agent will quickly help you gain first mover. You will be prioritized to make sure you are the first group to enter the show flat. And also the first group to get the best price to select the unit. Lastly, the red color is only when the developer clear the green color and orange color, then it becomes the red color turn. So then you'll be getting all the leftover units and also maybe, unlucky, it could be also reduced discount. So generally speaking, I want to emphasize, for you to get the best price, it is your moment of decision to pass on your check and EOI, which is to your benefit. Why is that so? Because there's totally zero risk. Because at any point in time, if you so decided to not go ahead, you just call your agent, or you can just highlight to your agent, even till the last minute, you'll just tear off the check. So to give the check and EOI is to your important first mover advantage. And thank you so much. I have end my webinar sharing now.